Ooh.
Hello and welcome to the third episode of the Gem City Pennant Baseball Podcast. I am your host, Dalton Van Pelt, Scotch on the sideline, Secret Ginger, Calico Beard himself. With me, I have down below me, William Vasilios Pladeris.
Gin and tonic Pladeris to you.
Gin and tonic. Hey,
Gin and
this
tonic,
is I'll introduce this after we introduce our other two co-hosts.
Absolutely.
We've got in the same room together.
Cooling it out.
The cat and the cradle and the silver spoon. Introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
I'm the little boy Blue, and he's the man on the moon. I am Matthew, aka the real People's Commish, and a baseball. And to my left, but your guys' right, possibly, we have Zachary Darnell DeCilios Stewart,
aka the defending champ. Welcome to the show, boys.
All right. Well, looks like Matthew has a diet cola.
Arnie Palmer, baby.
Arnie Palmer.
Hey,
Arnie Palmy.
that's all Matt
You do
drinks.
not come into my house without having sex with my wife, Arnie Palmy.
Hot dame.
Please tell me someone gets the reference.
Yes, it's from the other guys. Yeah, I got
Yes, it is.
I haven't seen that in so long.
I know.
Zachary, what's going on with
Palmy
you?
alert.
Oh, not too much. Drinking a leftover Miller Lite Tall Boy that my brother left from this last weekend. So
He left beer.
All
Good
right.
Lord, he must not have been feeling well.
he had 10 Tall Boys before he left my house.
Gotta
then
drive
went
home at
downtown.
some. Yeah.
200 ounces.
Wait, leftover as in he already drank it and left it?
No, he drank 10 Tall Boys, and then he came with 24. And
I was a little late coming into the stream. I had to blend some blueberries. We're going with basically a G&T, but it's blueberries, a little bit of simple syrup, and then topped with a Red Bull, just because I didn't have any seltzer and I had Red Bull.
I'm trying to get some coconut juice and then some simple syrup as well for a coconut gin and tonic. Had it at, I think it was PF Chang's or whatever. Oh, to die.
I might have to do that to the stream
Yeah.
if I'm still drinking. The doors are locked because I'm drinking gin. So
oh my God,
Ooh.
the last time you drank gin was in Chicago.
I lock the doors every time I drink gin.
That's fair. Probably a good idea.
Lock the
Somehow
door.
I've gotten
Hide your
through half
kids,
of the
hide
bottle.
your wives.
Well, just make
Yeah.
sure that no creepy bald men come laying in your yard, mainly.
Yeah, the girlfriend, she's gone for the week, so gin
The
is just
week?
fine.
Where'd you go?
She is working.
Why is she working? Who works?
Yeah, who does that?
Yeah, who the hell works?
Not
Matt
me.
doesn't. That's why he's there on a Wednesday.
That's true.
Hey, by the way, Dalton and Matthew have now recorded a podcast in my office. Dalton, you're next.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
We did get one recorded during Super Bowl 2020
Yeah,
This last year.
in the old house.
the old house. Yeah, the old house.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Zachary, I'm going to need you to spend your allowance that Sarah gives you on a microphone, please. Especially if you're going to have guests over.
Or
Definitely when you come
or-
up. I mean, when we do a podcast here, we'll have two mics. It'll make it look pretty professional.
hey, I'm-
Professional.
I'm not sponsored by Corsair, but I'd like to be. I mean, I'm just saying these are fantastic. They
I
come in
still
a
have that
Bluetooth
link
version.
you shared, the Yeti Blue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the hanging, like my mount is hanging over top, which makes it nice for like when I do this number. But honestly, it's unnecessary because I have enough table space. Besides the fact that my alcoholic beverage is sitting here.
But that's why you have enough table spaces, because that's above. It's hanging. It's got the tripod.
That's a good point.
I do
All
have no
right.
table space, but it's okay.
I suppose we could fire this off with man, when's the last time we did a podcast?
It's been
Like
Too
beginning
long.
of June, hasn't it?
we've been trying.
something like that.
Everyone's busy with summer schedules, and it is what
Summer
it is.
schedules are hard.
Mhm.
We haven't set in stone what day of the week the Gem City Gridiron podcast will be posted every week come football season. But I think there will be some more regularity in that schedule And we are now on Apple Podcasts. That was successful. It took quite some time, but this
Apple's
will
an
also be
asshole?
released on Apple Podcast.
This
You guys
is
go ahead and
how
give it
we
a
do
subscribe.
Comment, like, subscribe.
Speaking of the Gem City Gridiron podcast, it's a lot easier to schedule with just like two folks and just tell someone to be on the podcast for a guest.
Yeah.
Rather than try to figure out 4 schedules that works for everybody. But glad we
Which
can do it.
I've really liked the dynamic of us 4 talking.
Yeah.
It has been fun, but I think going forward there might be some times where even I'm not available. And it would be a possibility that someone else fills in. We're going to be experimenting with some things over the time period. I think we're going to start targeting more of a national audience, I think, in our topics and less of a focus solely on our fantasy league. I think that would be a good progression move to take this coming football season and see how that shakes, just so maybe we can grow this into a listener pool of more than 12 people
nationwide, baby.
That's my thought.
Definitely.
Nationwide is on your side.
We are not sponsored by Nationwide, but I wish we were.
But if they want to, we're available.
Hey,
Yeah. But anyway, let's go around the horn with everyone's favorite baseball story so far this year.
I'll start.
Go ahead, Bill.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but it keeps happening. Because Chris Bryant keeps getting hurt. I love Mr. Glassbones. Just, again, what was it yesterday? Right hamstring just decided to break, and then before it was his wrist, and that's my favorites. Counting on him to not give me any points and nobody else. That's been lovely.
Yeah, he keeps getting hurt, which sucks. Bill, I just ruined my setup I had going on here. I don't know what I did wrong, but
four finger swipe up, you'll see them all, and click the thing you want.
Well, how do I make it snap?
Drag it to the right, best you can.
Dalton's still learning his.
Oh
math.
no, put it on the screen. 4 fingers up, drag it to the screen, and then keeps dragging it and things over.
Matt, what's your
Yeah, Matt.
you're just putting me on the spot like that.
I just totally derailed this whole thing.
I think my favorite story of the year has been Trey Mancini of the Baltimore Orioles coming all the way back from having cancer at this time last year, and now he's getting second in the home run derby, and he was named to the All-Star game too, right?
I think he was elected.
Yes.
I believe yes.
All right. So I think that's been my favorite one to follow. And then not only did he do well in the Derby, but also competed with the absolute beast that is Pete Alonso in the Derby, almost winning. So I think that one's been my favorite.
Dalton?
I'm
I'm
still struggling over here, but that's okay. I'm going to go with a more recent story, and that is the story of John Nagowski, the current first baseman for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I believe he is 29 years old. He was a former Cardinals farmhand, and I don't know if you guys have known anything about the Cardinals farmhands recently, but it seems like everyone who leaves that organization ends up being a pretty big stud. Think of Adolis Garcia, Randy Arozarena, the newest one being John Nagowski. He is currently the best hitter on that team, shockingly.
The Pirates?
And that's post All-Star break. Yep.
Wasn't that, quote me if I'm wrong, but I thought they were talking about like Pirates players that were like obviously so good. Wasn't Garrett Cole a draftee of the Pirates?
He was first overall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just crazy how like that happens. I mean, some teams just get super bad luck, and
Some teams
Rockies.
can't develop and trade their star players to the Cardinals for absolutely nothing.
well, they suck.
Rockies
too, so
again.
It's not a big deal.
I did it.
Um,
I fixed it, Bill.
You did it.
I
See
did
ya,
it.
boy. I knew
Anyway.
you could do it. I just didn't know when.
One thing about the season that it hasn't happened yet. I'm really interested to see what happens at the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of they're talking about some of these players that might get shipped off, but like some of them are playing like absolute crap. Like Trevor Story's playing like crap. How are you going to trade someone that is playing like crap and he's been on the IL a few times? And whereas people are talking about I know this sounds like a lot of my team, but there's a lot of people on my team that are possibly getting traded. They talked about Joey Gallo, but the Rangers said they might not trade him. He's under contract for, I think, at least another year after this, so it could be a next year thing. But interested to see where some of those top tier closers go, or bats go. What was it? You're talking about some of the good Pirates players, some of the Cubs players that just good players on bad teams that are going to get shipped out. Their roles might change. It just depends on where they're going to go. So that'll affect the landscape of just Major League Baseball in general. Who makes the move and who stands pat. But that's something I'm
move today. Big move today, guys. Billy McKinney traded to the Dodgers for Carlos Rincon. Huge deal. I know you guys have never heard of those people.
I've heard of Rincon. I have seen Moneyball. I know who that is.
Oh,
no, different one.
Oh, is that son, brother, cousin?
I'm not sure.
Nephew's
Carlos
daughter,
Rincon,
brothers,
outfield and
third
designated
cousin.
hitter, prospect from the Dominican Republic. He played for the Tulsa Drillers in 2019. 707 OPS so far this year. He is once again playing for the Tulsa Drillers, AA affiliate of the Dodgers, and he has an 813 OPS, so that's pretty respectable.
Damn.
So respectable.
He's I don't know any more information about him. Maybe he's related to the other Carlos Rincon. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
But,
that's something nice.
Anyway,
keep going.
First topic on the docket is some trade deadline talk. So, I think the team that would be looking at Trevor Story would be, I don't know if they have enough prospect capital to make it happen or enough hope at the postseason, but the Cincinnati Reds need a shortstop like Bill needed a job during the pandemic.
Oh, that was cold.
True. No, hey, there's nothing. Facts don't care about your feelings. All right. I've learned that. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
absolutely
I guess it depends
correct.
on how well they can their postseason aspirations. I mean, is he going to want to go to a team that like a long-term deal? I've heard a team that could trade for him would be the Brewers, but they would move him to possibly play second or third.
Oh, second.
And also the White Sox too. He can play second for the White Sox, which would give him possibly, if he wants, if he doesn't stay there, gives him a little flexibility on the market. He can play short and second, but he's such a good defensive shortstop. It'd only be for the season, but that's the two that I've seen recently.
All right, so I guess we can chalk off the teams that are selling real quick. We got the Texas Rangers; they're selling. Despite that the Mariners are over 500, I would expect them to sell their 1-year players. Kyle Seager would be a good piece to move. Huge issues with him and the former general manager in a Roto Club interview. But he's not been playing very well this year, so I don't think anybody's going to be calling for him unless they want to pick up that next year's option. Matt, have you heard anything about Kyle Seager?
I have not, but yeah, kind of like what you were saying, very, very inconsistent, where it seems like when I play him, he'll have like -5 with 5 strikeouts, or when I bench him, he'll have 10 points with a home run and 5 RBIs. So I haven't heard any teams that were trying to go after him, but he definitely benefit in a hitter's ballpark, I would think, because defensively, I think he's kind of average at the most.
Yeah. I don't think the Los Angeles Angels have anyone to sell. Nor should they really be sellers. They're kind of just hoping for next year when the money falls off from Pujols, as well as a couple of others. Go ahead, Zach.
By the way, I mean, you're talking about, hope for next year. That's the Angels' motto, hope for next year.
Every year.
We got to get Mike Trout in the playoffs. Oh, well, maybe next year. Now we got Shohei Ohtani. Maybe next year. I mean, it's a disaster. It's such a big market, and they're not very good.
The hilarious thing with the Angels is, you see articles on them all the time, like Shohei Ohtani sets another big league record, or at the beginning of the season, oh, Mike Trout is on pace for Babe Ruth like numbers, and then you see their record and you're just like, oh, geez.
They've battled some injuries this year. I mean, they've had some big signings in the past, but their pitching is awful. Like they have good position players, but they just can't pitch. Except, I mean, in Shohei Ohtani, like he's a decent pitcher. I think he's a better batter, obviously, but
he had a pretty damn good start the other night.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be fine, but how long can he go as a two-way player? That's the thing. It could be for a while, but the rest of their pitching staff is like it's average. It's not like they don't have any guy on their staff that would be, a regular guy on other teams.
Mm-hmm. Another domino did fall in the offseason pitcher market. Lance Lynn signs a 2-year, $38 million deal with a team option on the 3rd year. Lance Lynn is a little bit older, but he has been killing it all year long. Moving on to the other teams that are out of it. I heard Zach mention the Pirates.
Yep.
They should sell very high on it's not Kevin Newman, Adam Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
Another candidate for the White Sox and everyone else who needs a middle infielder, which seems like everyone needs a middle infielder.
All Fraziers eventually go to the White Sox.
Good point.
Todd Frazier, who I was mentioning there too.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about your first baseman?
Yeah, John Nagowski. Yeah. Speaking of which, the Todd father, Todd Frazier, he is on the Olympic baseball team, which is just made their way to Tokyo.
Oh, yeah.
And they also might be selling Brian Reynolds too.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. He's got some years still.
I think he's got 2 more years of control. So I don't really see them selling him, especially with how good he's been. But honestly, if they don't think they're 2 years away, which they're not, they probably should sell him. But I don't know if they have very many other prospects in the outfield coming up anytime soon.
Yeah.
I think the Cubs are selling. They've made that pretty
pretty clear.
Yeah, pretty well known. Craig
Mm-hmm.
Kimbrell is going to be the piece that 100% gets moved.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. I heard a rumor about the Astros being his landing spot, which I think would be pretty insane to pair him and Presley into the back end of that bullpen.
Yeah. As a Presley manager, I don't like that at all.
No, I know.
Hit some trash cans and see what happens.
It's about the postseason, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, Astros, they know how to develop pitching.
Because they know the sign.
We'll talk about the Cubs and Astros pitching a little bit later in the show.
Bang, 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 bang.
He said because they know the lines.
I can read the signs.
Yeah, the Yankees should probably sell. They
would be a candidate to get Story, but I don't know if they either have the pieces or if they're going to be able to compete with hold on. Who's leading the East right now? Is it the Red Sox or is it Orioles?
It looks like the Rays just pulled ahead.
Oh, this is the Rays?
Yeah, the Rays just pulled ahead.
Rays, Blue Jays, and Sox.
I need to watch more baseball. I feel like Stephen A. Smith following baseball lately.
Wait a second.
The Red Sox.
No, I'm looking at a projection. I'm sorry. I'm looking at playoff odds. I should be looking at something else. The Red Sox are leading currently by 1 game.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
Red Sox over Rays or Jays.
Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah.
Red Sox, Rays, Jays, Yankees, Orioles is the current order.
You know what I said about
The Orioles need to move Trey Mancini to the highest bidder. I'm sure they will be getting plenty of calls about him. Honestly, if he didn't end up with cancer, he probably would have been shipped last year because his 2019 was also very excellent. The Orioles don't really have much else to sell. The Jays need pitching so bad. They need to be buyers so they can try to knock the Athletics off. Go ahead.
I was talking about sellers. I'm thinking about pitchers on bad teams. It was Kyle Gibson. They're talking about. I've heard Kyle Gibson to the Jays, which would be incredible.
Huge. Yeah.
Um,
Gibson is the number one
Huge.
arm that needs to be moved.
I would appreciate it.
Yes.
I'm tired of getting 12 points and like no runs.
Man.
Otherwise, who else would sell?
For some reason, for the life of me, cannot get Baseball Reference to work for me right now.
Baseball Reference.
Yeah.
I edited Bill's background, by the way.
At least you did. What you looking for, Matt or Dalton?
I am looking for the worst and best pitching staffs so far this year.
On Pro Baseball Reference?
Yes. Hold on. I found it. Okay. So, I mean, the stat doesn't even matter anymore because I can't remember who I was looking at.
It wasn't Pedro Martinez, right?
Well, the Blue Jays are below average in terms of FIP across the board in the, which is field independent pitching.
Mm-hmm.
The Diamondbacks are the worst pitching team.
Yeah.
They don't have any pitchers to sell. Zach Gallen's been hurt all year. Orioles don't have any pitchers to sell. Jose Barrios is a huge name that could be moved. The Twins, however,
what about John Means? How many years does he have left?
he's got a shitload of years of control left. I think he's still on a minimum salary.
Yeah, Cincinnati 6.5 games back. That's
well, see, they were within 5, and then they got swept by the Brewers.
Mm-hmm.
And that really dug them a hole. So it might come down to that series right there. John Means is still in pre-arbitration, which means he does not hit arbitration until next year, after next year.
Which means he ain't going nowhere.
He's not going anywhere. He's still got 4 more years of control. Jose Barrios is the only decent pitcher on the Twins.
Yeah.
However, they've got
I heard
offense,
Kenta
so they
Maeda,
shouldn't
too.
sell. Yeah, actually, that would probably be better to sell Kenta. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying Kenta's on a roll lately. I think Zach was gonna add something else.
No, yeah, I just saw that Kenta Maeda, him and Barrios, they can move one or both. But that's what I saw for at least for pitchers. Those two and Gibson, those are like the most popular pitchers. That'd be on the move.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Let's see. I mean, Herman Marquez would be insane, but the Rockies have already said they're not moving him, although they should because his value has never been higher.
Oh God, he
speaking of being on a roll, he's
pitching well at Coors Field, which is insane.
I think
Mm-hmm.
that he got a big couple of outs during the All-Star game too. So
Yeah.
kind of like
He got lit up last night, but outside of that, he's been
Absolutely.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
Scherzer is another name of people who could be shipped. I think the Nationals should be sellers this year.
Who's gonna eat that
Injuries.
contract though.
The Nationals could even eat some of it to get better prospect value back. That's how that works. You eat the money and you keep the prospect value because the Nationals are actually a pretty financially well-off organization.
The thing is with that division, they're only 5 games out. Like that division is so bad. Like the Mets are a bad team.
So you're saying the Nationals can't sell?
They're only 5 games back. I mean, they could sell, but like Philadelphia is not very. I mean, they're only 1 game over 500. Atlanta is 3.5 back, and they're 1 game under 500, 3.5 back, and Washington's only 4 games under 500, 5 back. I mean, they could still win that division, but it wouldn't surprise me if they sell. Like
I was gonna say, even the Marlins could.
Like the Marlins
roll.
Yeah. What about
if you're the Cleveland Indians, you should be selling.
Yeah, you're 9.5 back. One. I'm trying to think because you get what 3 division winners, 2 wild cards now. So you're looking at what Boston, Tampa Bay Ray, White Sox, Houston, and Oakland. Yeah, that's the playoff right now. Seattle's been a pretty big surprise. But what about buyers? Who do you see in? I mean, obviously the division leaders, like those are the biggest buyers, but where do you see a good fit for somebody?
Let's see. I mean, the A's are another team that needs shortstop. Why not sell a little bit of prospect capital, get Trevor Story for the second half of the season, especially since
In a division that they can win.
Yeah, they can win that division, and they need to compete with the Astros. They're probably not going to do that, but that would be cool to see him mix it up, or even Javi Baez in a Athletics uniform. That'd be pretty cool.
Never. He might, but I hope not.
If you're the Cubs, I think you make this video game mode and you flip everybody except for Wilson Contreras.
But I mean, you already have the best shortstop in the game. I mean, hands down. I'm not going to take any shit from either of you. All right, calm down.
I'll give you he's the most fearless shortstop because
somebody mute Bill's mic while he gets more gin.
Listen. He's in terms of hitter and like offense. You're right. No, he's not. But defense, there's no one better. I don't care.
Trevor Story is a lot better than Javi Baez.
I don't know who you're talking about. It's just Javi Baez. It's just Javi Baez.
This is a hill Bill will die on.
Yeah, I will die on this hill just like I needed a job during COVID.
Oh, title this episode: Bill's Hill.
Bill's Hill.
Bill's Hill.
I'm good with. I'm good with that.
Bill's Hill.
He's just digging himself one.
Yep.
Another team I've potentially seen Barrios or Maeda or
Donaldson.
Gibson's the big one. I've heard Gibson to Milwaukee, another. I mean, to give them round out their rotation.
If I'm Milwaukee, I'm selling every prospect I have to get that infield.
Mm-hmm.
I want one in the infield. I want one in the outfield. I want a starter, and I want two in the bullpen. If I'm Milwaukee,
that's going to sell a lot of prospects, but
selling the whole farm.
They got it.
Magic bean.
They do.
I mean, if you can pull Trevor Story and Gibson, that's huge.
And Schwarber, maybe.
Schwarber, yeah, playing the outfield.
Oh,
Could do that.
a lot of power on that team if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even like you were talking about Anthony Frazier.
Adam Frazier.
Adam Frazier. He can play outfield.
Well, they have Colton Wong, which was a very underrated free agent pickup for them. He's been one of their best hitters on that team. He's actually got a better OPS than Yelly right now. So I mean, I don't think they need help at second. And they moved for Willie Adames, who is also insane.
I'm saying he can play outfield, not
who?
Frazier.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's I think on our league.
I'm thinking like he's dual eligible infield, outfield.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think he is. Yeah.
Second and outfield.
I have him on my
All
team
right,
a
then.
bit.
So
Okay.
play outfield.
Take your word for it, I guess.
And that
Where is Starling Marte going?
Oh, that'll impact my fantasy team quite a bit.
he's on the
Marlins.
Marlins right now. I'm thinking of the other one. There's too many Martes. He strictly plays what, outfield?
I was gonna say he used to play
center
for the Brewers,
fielder.
didn't he?
Yeah.
I would say the Brewers, but I think he just came from there, didn't he?
No,
No.
he was a Diamondback, and he was a Pirate, then a Diamondback, then a Marlin. All bad teams.
I would say the White Sox, but they're about to get rid of both their outfielders back.
Right, Luis Robert will be in center.
And Eloy.
The team that, man, I cannot remember. I heard a rumor. Oh, San Francisco Giants.
San Francisco. Okay.
Oh,
They need an
Okay.
outfielder. They picked up Mike Talkman, he was going to be a 40-man roster casualty, plays insane outfield defense. They got Yaz in right, slide Starling into center, and that shores up the outfield. they can move
Dalton,
Darren
what
Ruff
is-
over to first.
Perfectly on topic, just because I wanted to see what teams he was playing for. It said Giants interested in Starling Marte.
They should be. That solves
the other
their
thing I was
outfield.
thinking with him is he's got the speed in that triples alley where, you know, if he hits it in that right center field, he's going to go for 3 every time.
Mhm.
I am the people's commissioner now. I will not move from here. Ow.
Oh,
Get me.
Josiah Gray, Dodgers prospect, getting another turn through the rotation after the Trevor Bauer and Dustin May injury. And do we want to talk about Trevor Bauer?
This one's too close to the. This one hurts my soul in a lot of ways.
Is it too personal because we all like Trevor Bauer?
He's not playing the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, not the frustrating thing with
easy.
Trevor Bauer. It's like you can't put him on IL, or there's not like a fantasy.
Well, you can put him on IL. You just don't have the space.
That's possible.
Yeah, he's.
I don't have the
out.
space anyway.
Yeah, you have.
If it has an O.
And Trout.
Man, my top 3 draft. That's my top 3 draft picks have all been decimated. They're done.
By the way, Bill, Chris Bryant is out with a hamstring tonight.
Yeah. Mhm. I know it's not his bones, but I mean, it's glass. All of them is just made of glass.
Glass now.
You think we talked about Kimbrel to Houston. You think Houston makes any other push? I'm thinking more bullpen arms.
They need some back end bullpen, and they probably need like a bench infielder. And then they're good. Yuli's been insane. Altuve's been insane. Correa's been insane. Bregman's been insane. They're not going to upgrade at catcher because they like the machete.
Correa, when he's healthy, has been good too.
Yeah, they need an
Mhm.
out. They probably need a bench infielder, which I think they can get from anywhere.
Yeah.
But they probably do need an upgrade there. But they've been playing a lot of young guys like Abraham Toro and a couple other guys like that, and then they've been playing Miles Straw in center, who's actually been pretty good this year. But if they went for a center fielder, they'd probably make a splash. Ketel Marte would be interesting in a Astros uniform. I feel like he fits the vibe there.
Yeah. Second base outfielder. What about Boston? You think Boston's gonna make? I mean, every time I look at Boston, I'm like, oh, they're not very good, and then they're really good.
They are really good.
Chris Sale's coming back from the IL too.
Yep, Chris Sale. I think he has one more rehab start. Who's got him in our league? Does anybody have?
I actually looked on free agency. It's I think it's Bad Sox.
Yes, Steve beat me to him a few weeks ago.
I looked too.
He was on the 60-day still, and he was just sent to rehab, and I tried to get to. He's a Red Sox fan, so he's staying on top of the Red Sox. But he's got 3 IL 60 guys. He's probably banking on and try to get to the playoffs and try to carry him through. But that's going to help him. He did lose Acuna.
Yeah, that sucks.
That team. But
I think the Red Sox are actually fine when it comes to position player or outfielders because they just called up one of their top prospects, Duran.
But you never know how that's going to go. I mean, Kelenic was.
He's been playing good.
Kelenic's
been playing bad. Duran's been playing good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kelenic started out strong, then he went.
He went insane in AAA when he got sent back down. That's why they called him back up.
I know, it's crazy. I did watch a little bit of that Futures All-Star game. It was really interesting. But
let's see. Kendall Graveman, the closer for the Mariners, needs to be traded.
What did you send to Bill?
What? Oh, that was from when Bill said
it was just a picture of your butt. Don't even worry about it, Zach. All right. I need me some booty pics, and I wanted it.
All right, let's get back on topic. Dalton, what were you saying?
I don't even remember anymore.
Dalton's ass or Zach's ass is distracting. I'm not gonna lie.
Why have I never heard of Garrett Whitlock before, guys?
I haven't.
Why haven't? I heard of the name. I don't know what's going on with it, but I heard the name.
He is in the top 10 of WAR for the Red Sox this year.
Jesus. Well,
He's got a
okay.
1.05 whip, a 3.39 ERA plus, 291 FIP, pitched 45.2 innings. He must be in the bullpen.
Must be.
Let me look. I said it must be. He
What?
is a bulk reliever.
Oh,
He is in the top 10 for them in WAR so far this year. That's pretty wild. 25 years old, 18th round pick out of the University of Alabama, Birmingham. He made his debut this year. Congrats to Garrett Whitlock. Okay. Him and Matt Barnes closing it down in the bullpen. Apparently, I had no idea.
Every time I hear Matt Barnes, I always think of the former Laker.
Yeah, exactly.
Warrior.
Matt Barnes. Did Matt Barnes get an extension, or were they just talking about an extension with him?
Are we talking baseball or basketball?
Yeah, baseball. I heard something about Matt Barnes.
baseball.
I have no clue. I thought when you said Matt Barnes, I thought of the basketball player trying to get in a fight with his head coach over wives and stuff. Very interesting story. Go look it up, boys and girls, if you're listening.
All right. Speaking of fights, I had to keep pressure on a neck laceration last night. I was at work till like 11 p.m. So that was a real thing.
Got a little stabby over there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Damn.
Was it like with a shank or something different?
Toothbrush.
It was a razor blade.
Oh,
Yeah, you'll have that sometimes.
Dalton, I don't know how you do it. You're a hero to us all, Mr. Sergeant Van Pelt.
Even with the Sarge.
Isn't it lieutenant now?
No, not yet.
Damn it.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, we will.
Let's see. The Red Sox need a first baseman. There's been some rumors about. I heard a fan fiction, which was Rizzo to the Red Sox, which would be so entertaining.
He would drive on that pesky pole. Or let me rephrase that. He would do well with hitting long balls toward the pesky pole. I wanted to make sure I reworded that because that could have gone in a different direction.
Obviously, Baltimore won't trade Mancini in division.
Why not?
Could. But he plays first, so that's a fit. Doesn't have to travel very far.
No.
Is there any other first basemen out there that are tradable right now? Not really.
Not that I know. Let me look.
I was thinking Rizzo, Mancini.
Who else? I'm trying to.
Let's see. I've got the Matt Olson is currently the best first baseman in all of baseball.
But he ain't. Moved.
Yeah, he's on a team that's still contending.
No.
Oh,
CJ
I was
Cron.
gonna say CJ Cron. Speaking of which, has been hot lately.
Yep. And it wouldn't cost much to get him. He's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah. I completely forgot about him.
Yeah, I forgot he is.
I got to see a homer by him a couple weeks ago.
Oh, is that later in the podcast you're talking about that game?
Yeah. As soon as we get done with trade deadline, we can talk about that.
All right.
There's not many first basemen really moving around. This article has Chris Bryant to the Mets.
Could you move Chris Bryant to first base? Is another.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, it was the first, second, and outfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Does
he play center, right?
This
I think he
title
plays right.
is Chicago.
I can't remember. It just says outfielder.
This title is Chicago Cubs to hold fire sale at deadline. A hot start to the 2021 season proved to be a fluke.
Oh no. Dalton and I saw the beginning of the end.
Maybe.
Oh man. Yeah, not many first basemen that I can really see.
I think I would like to see the Cubs sell Bryant, Baez.
That's an old article. Yeah, it says Nolan still plays for the Rockies. Oh wait, no, actually, no.
Bryant, Baez,
Oh, that is old.
and Kimbrel, and I think that's about it for pieces they can sell.
Yeah.
They might sell Bryant I just don't see them.
Well, they're not going to
Selling-
re-sign him. Rizzo's
Yeah,
staying
that's
because
true.
he's on a team-friendly deal.
Yeah.
He was on like a 9-year deal or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 9 for 75, which is just insane.
Yeah.
I guess this is more for like we were talking like this is previously like a national market. Do you want to talk about our league trade deadlines? Like there's been some trades over the past couple weeks.
When is the trade deadline? I don't even remember.
This week.
Is it really?
I think it reflects the trade deadline of the Major League Baseball.
Let me.
I just made a move, definitely risky, but I wanted another pitcher. It is what it is.
Just trying to save face.
Yeah, what do you think of that trade, Dalton? It's 3 for 2.
You got Woodruff, right?
Woodruff and Reynolds.
Yeah, that's all that matters. You got Woodruff.
That's I want. When we were going back and forth on trade details, I did not want the player he initially offered with Woodruff. He wanted Kenley and Walsh. I wanted Woodruff. He was trying to get another piece in there. I decided to take a higher upside guy with not higher upside. He's been playing well as Reynolds, but I threw in another, multi-position eligible player and Kike Hernandez.
You traded Kiki.
I did.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Kiki.
I picked
The
him up.
trade deadline is July 26th.
So this
at
week.
midnight.
Next week.
I think that. Oh yeah, next week.
So that's I want another pitcher. I'm trying to stockpile pitchers at this point. Hoping some of my players do get traded, like in actual real life, to see if they can actually do something.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think who else made a trade. There hasn't been many trades this year. It's hard to.
No, there hasn't.
It's pretty hard to trade in baseball.
Yeah, it's real hard.
Dalton's made a few trades. I've made a few.
I've made one.
You've made one.
Made one
Bill, do
trade.
you want to trade me some players?
I'll trade you whoever you want, Matt, for
All right.
whoever I want.
I need some help.
Me too, bud.
Bill is not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, so
No, but I might be work eliminated. I never have time to check my shit. Oh my god.
For
Lord.
some reason, there we go.
you gonna finish that sentence?
Yeah, I was looking at the trades. Let's see. There was the Lance Lynn, Brandon Crawford trade. That was the other one for
Oh,
Mondesi and Josh Harrison.
Oh, I thought you meant in real baseball.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a couple days ago. That was also that was Droogs, right?
No, that was Droogs in pinstripes. I thought you said Drew. I was like wrong league.
Droogs.
Yeah,
I was
Drew.
surprised he he made a move for a trade. He doesn't when he makes a move, it's gonna be probably pretty good.
Yeah. Both of my trades, karma has bit me in the ass, and neither one has paid off. I would have been better off standing pat, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You go for the names sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work out.
Nope.
I've made 2
Brad
trades.
Hand has actually scored more points than Kyle Tucker since I traded him. Actually,
Oh wow, that's bad.
Jesus.
Because I've made 2, I believe. I just made the one obviously for Woodruff, and Woodruff was one of my guys that I wanted at the beginning of the season, but I just missed out on him. And then, which I was very happy with the trade. It sucked parting with Jared Walsh, who's been doing pretty well for the entire season, but and then the other one was I traded for LeMahieu. Which that's not quite working out right away. Cronenworth is still on a tear. I thought he'd cool off eventually. But LeMahieu's been fine, but it is what it is.
yeah, I'm kind of looking at deals, but I'm kind of not, just because I'm so afraid of.
Afraid to make the move. It's tough. Like when Dickie Jitters he initially offered me the trade to start, which he offered for Kenley and Walsh, which he got. And sent me Walsh and Tyler Nyquin, and I didn't really want Nyquin. So I tried to work around it. We kind of sent a couple offers back and forth. Tried to offer a couple straight up trades, didn't want to do it. Back and forth, and then I eventually said, "Well, I don't want Nyquin. I don't want this." Like, obviously, he's not gonna he's out of the running, but he's not just gonna sell just to sell. Obviously, he wasn't gonna sell Soto or anything like that. So I wasn't trying to get something outrageous. But Reynolds has been good for the year, so I gave him 2 solid infielder, outfielder eligibility guys, and Kenley. Which, if Kimbrel goes to the Astros, I'm gonna be worried about my.
It's gonna fuck either me or you.
My save shares for Presley, which sucks that I sold Kenley, but you just got. You just got to figure it out. If push comes to shove, and Presley's still gonna be fine. But I have gone down to the one reliever role, like what Matt's doing at this point. I cut my other one.
Really?
Yeah, I got one. I have Presley only. I cut Yimi Garcia a week and a half ago. Made it a play for an IL pitcher who should be back next week.
Interesting strategy.
And then I sold Kenley, which is why I wasn't sure if I wanted to sell Kenley, because I went down to the two closers. But I have hit a little bit of a rough patch on IL folks. Ian Anderson and Pablo Lopez went on IL, which I wasn't expecting. But hopefully I picked up Aaron Clivell.
He was on the Indians last year.
What, Savali?
Savali, Clivell. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Savali. Been out for about a month. So he should be back hopefully next week. I'm trying to hold on. Pitchers are going to be a little weak across the league this week, so I'm not trying to stream too much. A lot of good pitchers pitched towards the end of the All-Star week. So a lot of good pitchers aren't coming back up till Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm going to try to stand pat a little bit. I think it could be a down week overall in scoring in the league for pitchers. Just because a lot of the studs went late last week. But it is very nerve-wracking. I think I'm going to trade in any sort of league, whether it's football, basketball, baseball.
It's very nerve-wracking, especially when you're in the top.
If you're in the running and you make a move, you're making a push for the just like the Major League Baseball. Obviously they make way more money and it's actually worth something.
Yeah.
But like those teams, like they could trade for worst comes to worst, like they trade for Trevor Story and Trevor Story blows his knee. Like you may think it's a good trade at the time and then it burns you. But it's hard to look past that. It is scary to trade. Baseball, I've made a few this year, but like football really is hard to trade in because it's such small samples. Whereas baseball, like, okay, if you have a player go down, like there's a lot of players out there. You're probably gonna have to move players back and forth till you find somebody.
Yep.
But football, it's not the case. But I went for it. I went for the shot. I'm trying to see if I can, do the repeat thing, but I think everyone's a little scared of Dalton's team.
Which is another reason why I don't know if I really even want to make any moves. It's hard to find places on my squad to fit people.
Everyone's chasing you.
Right.
So
this week I am playing very bad. My starters have not been coming in for me. Herman Marquez only put up 1 point yesterday. I had a -7 from Gonsolin, and Gossman only had 5 that day.
Kyle Gibson gave me a -16.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yep. That was a big bummer.
Should we talk about this Rockies game and then cut to a short break?
Sounds good to me.
I have no idea how long we've been going, but
about an hour.
About an hour so far.
No. Oh shit! It has been an hour.
I feel like the baseball.
I thought it was a half an hour.
So much longer than the football one. Football one.
Lots to talk about.
We just ramble usually on the baseball one and talk about
which is fun.
random things.
So orders of the show, I'll briefly talk about the Rockies game that I attended. I've got a topic which is rookie pitchers, and I've got the random baseball player of the day locked and loaded. So after I do this Rockies game, we'll take a short break and we'll get to any topics that you guys might have before I start rambling myself.
Sweet.
So I went to a 7-6 Brewers victory over the Rockies in Colorado. It was a Sunday game, went with a couple coworkers. I had very, very, very good seats. It was actually a pretty lopsided game to begin. Got to watch some Daniel Vogelback action and some Colton Wong action. Colton Wong, I believe, went 4 for 4 to start the game.
Ooh.
No, he went 3 for 3 with a homer and a single, and Chichin Gonzalez was just getting lit up.
He's not very good.
The thing that's frustrating with the Rockies is they take all these flyers on these guys that just maybe tanked for a year or their first round bust. Like Chi-Chi's one of those examples where it's just not panning out. Like he has does not deserve to be on any MLB roster at all.
Right, I agree. But the Rockies don't got much else going for them, so might as well. It went single, ground out, RBI, single, strikeout, single, strikeout. That was the first inning, 2-0 Brewers. And then it was Eric Lauer on the bump for the Brewers. He got into trouble in every single inning and got out of trouble in every single inning until the bottom of the 6th. It was Eric Lauer facing the first 3 batters, and Jonathan Daza and Trevor Story went back-to-back on homers to left field. And then Zach Godley came in and replaced Eric Lauer, who Zach Godley was DFA'd 2 days later because he gave up 2 more home runs. It went single to Blackman, homer, CJ Crone, left field again, and then line out by Brendan Rodgers, and then another homer deep left field by Fuentes, and then Zach Godley got DFA'd.
Yeah.
The game ended up being
Arenado.
Right. The game ended up being tied 6-6 going into the 7th. Carlos Estevez came in 3 up, 3 down, no action in the 7th, no action in the 8th. And then here comes the 9th inning. Daniel Vogelback gets the single to right field, scoring Jace Peterson. And that was the only inning where Colton Wong didn't get a hit. And then I got to watch a save by Brad Boxberger. My favorite part of the whole game was watching the inning by Devin Williams, which was the bottom of the 8th. And that airbender is really fun to watch coming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was behind home plate to the right a little bit. So just watching that ball come in, it was really cool. For those of you guys who don't know, I believe we've pulled it up on the episodes of this podcast, is Devin Williams airbender changeup. I believe we brought that up on the last episode. Insane. I was very excited to see it. They had Hader up for a minute, but Hader didn't end up coming in, and it ended up being Boxberger.
Former Padre.
Really?
I'm pretty sure I'm thinking the right guy.
Well, we're going to go ahead and pause this recording, and we'll be right back. And we're back live.
Hello.
Third episode of the Gem City Pennant Podcast. I didn't make these guys suffer through making me making a cocktail, so I poured a little High West.
I'm just saying, I'd show you a cocktail.
Midwinter's Night Dram.
You know how fun it would be if we did a live podcast with all of us in the same room? It would be.
We're going to
awesome.
eventually.
yeah.
It's going to be a massive roast session.
Man.
We're gonna have to do it eventually.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right.
Whenever Zach actually gets a microphone.
Soon.
Or I mean, we could just do it from here
Yeah, let's go to Bill's house. I was
in
just wondering
Cheyenne.
how to
Just
go.
come down Frontier Days.
Cheyenne.
We got a week. We got barbecue. I got room, 2 computers. Dalton, bring your mic. We're set.
He has a very, very perfectly temperatured basement guest bed too.
I do. It's pretty nice. Anyway,
I'm thinking we'll do a baseball episode next year because at this point I gotta schedule
funny.
people in because my
Yeah.
my summer is so fucking packed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
cheers. You can't see there.
I love how Bill's
Are-
drink completely like blurs out when he like lifts it up to drink it.
I mean, I can just blur it out. Just give me a second. Just. Whoop. Oh shit! Oh, I'm going. I'm going.
You almost fell right into the Potomac.
I almost did. Yeah.
Hope that somebody clipped that.
All right, Bill. You have the floor. We talked off air. It is your time to shine on the topics.
All right, you guys are gonna have to remind me. But the first one was the car show stuff, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of those.
Listen. I've been doing a lot of car
Listen,
shows.
Linda.
Aubrey has been fucking winning all the car shows. Going back to the baseball stuff. Edith, the nice, beautiful pink Thunderbird over there, is batting 1,000.
All I see is the Potomac.
Well, okay, that's awesome. I don't have. Oh wait, I'll pull it up in the background.
No,
So,
that's in Delaware. What?
Potomac is a much better word.
it's better than the Schuylkill. That's for damn sure.
The Schuylkill? Schuylkill
Schuylkill
County.
Like the Schuylkill
I'm headed up to
Expressway.
Schuylkill County here in a couple months.
Can I get a better photo than that? So we have gone to, I think it's now one a week since about May-ish.
Should have come
And-
with the third one.
Yes.
I think we didn't go up Shannon. The furthest north we've gone is Casper. Her dad used to own, or I guess run, the Capital Oil Auto Club up there. But yeah, no, it's been fantastic, man. Let me tell you, it's just
Do you guys drive it everywhere? Or do you
we
guys
drive
cruise
that
everywhere?
thing every single way. Absolutely. That's the baby. That's the good looker. That's the winner. I got 2 good looking girls. I don't know why I'm in it, but I am. Yeah, no, car show's been great.
Don't give yourself credit.
No, that's good looking. That's better. Anyway, yeah, car show's been fun. Highly, if you don't have a classic car, get one. They're great life lessons. You learn how to do shit with your hands. You learn, how to be a man and have a nice classic car. And then number 3, you get a nice classic car. I don't understand. There's no downside, except maybe motor oil in case it leaks and you buy a Ford. But that's different. That's a whole different thing.
So
Dalton
explain in more
knows.
detail how this car helped you become a man.
How well if so we got this car, not we.
Is it
There's
because
no-
it belongs
no
to your
we.
girlfriend? Is that how
Yes.
you became a man?
No. So this car, and there's no we. She got it August. I think she bought it middle July, but we actually
It's
got
whenever
it.
I was walking around Cheyenne. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was like the first week of August. We actually got it into the house, and your boy was going through a rough time, as you know. Dalton alluded to it earlier, of struggling to find a job through COVID, because it was hard out here for your boys, let me tell you. But like, just learning how, just being able to be, number one, having the boys behind you, but number 2, having the girl behind you as well. This little thing, like you learn how to be self-sufficient instead of relying on everybody else for all the things you need, and it's a good time. But yeah, your boys forever. That's exactly it. Yeah. Wait, ours is got to be this one, because we're not discounts. We're showing the tits because it's t-shirt time always.
Hey, Hard
Always.
Knocks, Dallas Cowboys coming up here shortly, boys.
Oh, did you see what Jerry Jones, or kind of get off topic with football? Did you see what he said? Was it yesterday, or I think it was today, where he was talking about the meeting he had with Barry Switzer and Jimmy Johnson?
No.
Tell us.
I'm trying to think. Well, he had his like press conference, which everybody's like, wait, why is the owner of an NFL team having a press conference? But what everyone forgets is that
He's the coach.
Well, he's the general manager, but
and head coach.
He probably does all the back dealings behind the scenes too. But
Oh yeah.
I guess Barry Switzer wanted Jerry Jones. Sorry, combining the two in a meeting, and then said something to the point like, how the F did you mess this up before I think it was before Barry took over, and then didn't Barry win a Super Bowl with them?
Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I know Dalton's the Cowboys expert, so
he is a Cowboy expert.
Obviously he's stunned. He doesn't want to talk about.
Oh my goodness, Dalton, that tan though.
Oh, is there? Oh my gosh, there is a huge tan line.
There is. Look at that.
Oh, there's like a line with the shadow. I was seeing. I was like, oh my goodness.
But
yes.
Bill, you
Yes.
have been learning how to be a man whilst winning every car show in the land.
Whilst being in a pink car, yes, because real men drive pink.
Yes.
That sounds like a commercial for an erectile dysfunction.
No, that's
Bill,
medication.
blue.
This is all I can think of. You win some and you lose some in baseball.
Yep, but we haven't lost any, so I don't know what that's like. Heyo. Anyway, no, it's been fun. It's been a blast. But again, and I know Dalton knows exactly what I'm talking about with his old Chevy that he had. You got to get a classic car. It's completely different. And it keeps Americana alive. We were producing great shit back then, and I'd like to get back to it. Manufacturing.
On to your next topic, Bill.
Which was I don't have the list in front of me, and I apologize.
Stealing Zachary's secrets.
Yes. So
hear it. How do I defend against this?
You don't. That's why I stole your secrets. I don't know what. Come on.
Really?
So where did I hide them? Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. I got them. In this bag, in this rice bag, I have hidden all of Zachary's secrets.
For a second, I thought Matt stole something while he was up here last time.
No, Matt doesn't.
I was just sitting in your chair.
Matt doesn't steal anything.
It happens. It happens pretty often.
Matt's a nice Jewish boy. He doesn't steal anything.
Should I tell him the wallet story from high school?
No.
With the straight look.
Hard no. This is hard no.
Anyway, I've stolen all of Zach's secrets.
I never steal anything. I just temporarily borrow.
No, Matt, you stole my heart. That's gone forever.
Oh.
But yeah, I've stolen all of Zach's secrets. They include how to buy a house, how to build a deck before the wood shortage, and they also include how to steal your work's car and truck, use it for camping without them knowing. That involves rolling back the odometer, so they have no idea.
On the work Zoom.
I didn't say it was his current job. I never said that. I don't know what you're talking about, Matt. I can't. No.
I'm telling Zach secrets. My bad.
Anyway, those are his secrets, as well as what was the last one? Oh yeah, how to drink Miller Lite.
Here.
There's I can't reveal that one because
Dalton knows that secret.
Anheuser-Busch
yes, I do.
Is looking to kill me, so can't say that.
I had to put him on a training program.
Yeah. But yes,
beer drinking training program. That's how you enjoy Miller Lite.
Yeah, pretty much. Or you could just drink Yingling and have
learn how to drink beer
okay.
with my under 21-year-old best friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I learned it from my dad.
I thought you were talking in the present.
That was a past.
Can we discuss Dalton's dads at the Bradley House parties? Can we discuss that and how much of a hoot that was? Because that was a hoot.
I feel like every single one of us in a weird different way has a Dalton's dad story.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I almost shared a bed with him if he didn't point me in the right direction of your sister's room when I slept over that one time. That was funny.
Is that the Ian Hatball, Dalton?
It is the Ian Hatball. Alex Reyes, Yadier Molina, Ian Happ.
We'll have to play catch when I'm down there.
Oh yeah, I think Dalton, I was talking with you about this since Alex Reyes got elected to the All-Star game as well. 2 All-Stars have touched that baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And one potential Hall of Famer.
Zach, I am free.
August is pretty busy for me.
Like August 27th, 8th, 9th is as soon as I'm free, which I was trying to throw another poker game over that weekend if the schedule works out for that.
That's the week before our Gem City draft.
Yep.
That is actually a weekend I actually have open at the moment. So I will look into that.
What weekend is this? August 26th?
Last weekend of August.
27, 28, 29.
Sorry, MacBook.
That
had
might
a baseball.
I might be doing a car show that weekend. We haven't decided yet.
I'll look into it.
Oh, darn.
Okay.
You guys are all gonna be together. I'm gonna be by myself.
I know.
Not really, Matt.
I know the 14th and 21st. I'm busy on that weekend. Work calls.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be at a wedding.
I have a draft on the 22nd.
Hey Matt, there's a big car show in Salina, Kansas that we're
Yeah,
thinking
I think
about
I
going
actually-
to next year.
We have talked about this, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, I think I actually have my
go to
work fantasy football draft that weekend, but that'd be hilarious if you came with.
Is it live? Is it?
Yeah, it's live.
online? It's live. Everyone's there.
Yeah.
Is it online or do you guys get a board?
Board.
I'll do the stickers.
Hell yeah. We'll do that. That's on the 28th of August.
28th. I will talk to Sarah and figure it out.
Gotta
Sweet.
talk to the leader of the household. Absolutely.
That's right.
There's no arguing. It's just that's how it is. That's them.
After holding this baseball for all of like 2 minutes and making pitching grips, I can understand why forearm tightness is a real thing.
And it's also sticking to your hand.
No, it's not.
Got the sticky stuff.
I've held that baseball in my hands myself. There was no sticky stuff.
There is not well, Michaelis also hurt himself, but not with this ball because this was a Reyes ball.
Yeah.
There is not a drop of sticky stuff on this one. I think
No,
I have a
it's just
Spencer
clear.
Turnbull ball up here that does have sticky stuff on it, but
Speaking of which,
Not sure.
didn't Spencer Turnbull, Tommy John?
TJ, unfortunately, one of my favorite pitchers, TJ.
Bummer.
Been a lot of injuries. We mentioned Acuna, torn ACL.
Actually, 2 out of 3 of the guys who have pitched the baseballs above me are actually injured right now.
Bummer.
Keep Alex Reyes healthy.
Yep, keep Alex
Oh.
Reyes healthy. He actually lost his first save to start a career last night. He held the all-time MLB record and immediately lost it.
Damn.
So that ball's part of history then, because that continued his streak.
This was part of a save, yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
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 because it was a 1-0 game, wasn't it? Just
It
off the
was-
solo
it was
shot by
2-1
Yachty.
after Yachty hit the home run.
Okay. But anyway, on to the next topic. I did some number crunching on rookie pitchers. I figured this will be a 2-part series as a number crunch / I guess it's researching done
Yeah.
by myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If everybody's got the sheet up, you can see the list of everything we're talking about.
I'm pulling it up.
Bastard.
The first topic is a stat created by Bill James. Everybody knows who Bill James is.
Mr. Baseball. Wait, that's not his name.
So it's called game score, which is every starter starts with 50 points. You add 1 point for each out recorded. So 3 points for every complete inning pitched. Add 2 points for each inning completed after the 4th inning, crediting your starters for completing
Quality.
the later inning pitches or later innings. Add 1 point for each strikeout, subtract 2 points for each hit allowed, subtract 4 points for each earned run allowed, subtract 2 points for each unearned run allowed, and subtract 1 point for each walk. So basically, it is the basis of our fantasy scoring for starters and relievers, but mostly starters because every reliever is just counting on saves.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it'd be fun to take a look at starting rookie pitchers and see who has been killing it and the notable names. So the 6 names that everyone has heard of, and if you haven't, it's because you don't play fantasy baseball. Those 6 have been on and probably are actively right now on everyone's teams or on a team.
Yes, they're all picked up.
We got Alek Manoah, Blue Jays stud. He has been insane since his call up. He is actually currently, I believe, the second best rookie starter. Then we've got Ryan Weathers, Padres 5th starter, who's been overperforming big time. Very young guy. I can't remember what college he came from. Matthew, on the research, please. Whip out that cell phone.
Yeah,
I'm shocked you don't know it off the top of your head.
That played for Vanderbilt, so I don't know if there's a relation.
I think it was Vanderbilt, but I would like you to fact check that one. We got Logan Gilbert of the Mariners, who started off really cold.
Yeah, I had him early on, then moved on, and then I actually just picked him back up
because he's been good lately, really good lately.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. He's a 2-pitch pitcher, and he's insane. He's literally Tyler Glass now, reincarnated. Matt, go.
All right, so technically, I think 2 different people were right. So he committed to Vanderbilt, but since he was drafted 7th overall, he just signed with the Padres. So
okay.
So technically, he didn't play college ball, but I guess Vanderbilt, we were onto something there.
James Caprillion, which was a member of the Sonny Gray trade. The Athletics ended up being way better off for getting Caprillion. Very cool moment. I think we talked about that in a previous episode with his father being there for his first start and just balling.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Caprillion pitched in Yankee Stadium too this year, and I watched that game on TV, and that was an incredible game. The 2 guys who have stood out above everyone else, one, I don't even think people even see him as a rookie because he's been that dominant. He is definitely one of the funniest picture to real life shape persons that I've ever seen. Like his picture on fantasy and his real life shape, I would have never guessed. And if you look at the way he throws the ball out of the stretch, it's really interesting. But Luis Garcia of the Astros has been just bananas, insane. And he just kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah. And lastly, the best rookie pitcher so far this year is Trevor Rogers, the lefty from Miami, which most people were on to begin the year. So he's the name that most people would know.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, yeah, he wasn't drafted. I picked him up. I think it was in either April or May. Yeah, he's been on my roster ever since. He was probably one of my MVPs to start off the year before my team kind of tanked, but
he's been kind of tanked. Don't. You're 10-4.
Oh, you relax, Zachary.
10-4 indeed.
My only goal is to outscore Matthew so I can get a bye at this point.
Some honorable mentions on some current or possible playoff teams. One, we've got Michael Kopech, who sat out all of 2020. There was some reports that he was not doing so great mental health wise. He was a previous top prospect. He has been coming out of the bullpen mostly, but in April, he started a couple games and he was insane. Remember that game score thing we talked about earlier? On April 25th, he had a 65 game score, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run allowed, 0 walks, 10 strikeouts on 87 pitches for a 24 fantasy point total. I do believe someone started him that day. I don't remember who it was, but I believe he was on a roster and he was started that day.
Who was that again?
Kopech.
Sorry, Zach and
April
I were looking
25th.
at Trevor Rogers.
Yeah. What's Kopech's first name again?
Michael. What do you got on Rogers?
Matthew picked him up on April 10th.
Wow. After his first start then.
Yep.
or maybe his second.
Well, I remember because I saw an article that said Trevor Rogers is super good, and then I looked at his first start. No one had him. I'm like, all right, yep, I'm gonna go get him.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Kopech is a free agent at this point.
Yeah, because he's a reliever right now.
Yeah.
He actually was down in the minors for all of June.
Bill had him, picked him up April 29th, and then dropped him just a few days later.
Okay, so he missed that start. So maybe no one got him for the 24-pointer.
Maybe.
Michael Kopech has only allowed one earned run in the month of July.
Wow.
Damn.
7 innings pitched. He on the season, this is what's insane. These two stats are insane. Elite reliever numbers, 13.1 Ks per 9, which for any of you guys that don't know, anything above 9 is exceptional. And he has a 0.93 whip, which I believe league average is like 1.3 or something like that. And he's got a 0.93, which is walks plus hits over innings pitched. 0.93
Pretty
on the season.
Yeah, Jesus. Wow.
Watch it.
So he's probably your guy who's got elite stuff, but he doesn't have the stamina of others. I bet you if he was stretched out into a starter role, which could be possible if there's any injuries to the White Sox staff, hopefully not, he would probably be stretched out and played in the starting role.
Major scouting over here.
Is he really on Kopech?
I just seeing who's got who on that list. On
our studs list.
Yeah, I just ravel at how like LaFawn doesn't make moves, but drafts well and makes the right decisions. Like
who's he got?
Vlad, Altuve, Fernando Tatis, Aaron Judge,
Trey Mancini,
Yordan Alvarez.
Jesus.
AJ Pollock's also very good.
Pitchers, Luis Garcia.
Pollock is the hottest hitter in baseball right now.
What?
Pollock's the hottest hitter in baseball right now.
Mm-hmm.
Julio Reyes, Ian Kennedy, Sandy Alcantara, Luis Garcia, Lance Lynn, Greinke. He's got Bieber on the IL.
He just picked up Greinke off the.
No, he dropped Greinke and then picked him back up. I was like, what the hell is he doing?
Mm-hmm.
He knew anyone below him wasn't going to pick him up. That's basically.
Oh no! So what? He actually messaged me after it happened, and he's like, "Oh shit! I just accidentally dropped Greinke." I was like, "I think you're fucked, man." And then, oh sorry, drink.
Yeah, that's a big.
He was one pick before me in the waiver. I'm like, I'm gonna go at him, and he was one pick before me. He was like that last tier of.
He got very lucky,
but I mean, Vlad Guerrero is a whole different animal. Vlad, Altuve, Tatis, like he's only made 16 moves. 16.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Like, and that was last year too. Like, he just drafted super well.
The other two honorable mentions. We've got Kyle Muller, recent call up by the Atlanta Braves. He made his debut on June 16th. He has been a stud. On June 27th was his best start so far, which is his best start of the honorable mentions, which was a 72 game score, 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 walks, 9 Ks, 93 pitches, 26 fantasy points. I don't believe anybody was starting him, nor do I think he's been on a roster of anybody.
He was just on my roster today, and I literally just dropped him.
Oh, okay. He's worth a ad. He's one of those guys like. Actually, McClanahan didn't even make the list, so I feel like Muller is a guy who probably should be on everyone's or on someone's roster and started every week. He's the next man up to just earn a spot, but he has had limited work, so that's kind of a stretch.
Yeah, I picked him up for a spot start today, and he had like 4 points or something like that. And
oh, was that it? I knew he was pitching today, so that this analysis might be outdated at this point, but. Going into today, he had a 133 ERA plus 2.98 FIP and an 11.5 K per 9, which are very good stats.
Mm-hmm.
This next guy you're going to talk about, I've been trying to pick him up everyone keeps adding him and dropping him. I keep trying to get to him, and I just can never get to him. So
take the floor.
Yeah,
Get it. I got all the stats there.
Yeah.
Taylor McGill, July 5th.
Tyler McGill.
Tyler.
Tyler.
McGill.
But first game up was June 23 debut. I'm trying to see where's that. 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 92 pitches, 16 points for a debut. Not bad. Recently, he just had a pretty good showing against the Pirates. But he's been pretty good.
He has 5 starts. Yeah, 5 starts and no decisions, which means the Mets hitters hate his ass, maybe more than DeGrom.
That means all the Mets hitters hate all their pitchers.
They hit pretty well for Stroman. Stroman goes 8 innings today, by the way.
Yeah, that counterbalanced Matt's spot start with Kyle Muller.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, Stroman.
Oh, yes, Stroman pitched his. I was going to say balls out, but maybe that's not appropriate.
Yeah, Stroman had a huge game today. I haven't looked at the line yet, but I know it was 8 innings.
He scored 33. I know that.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Big one. Mm-hmm.
Sarah was distracting me with my hat and small tomatoes.
Moving on to the guys you have never heard of. If I tell you these names, you probably have no idea which team they play for.
Who he played for.
The first guy, I already forgot which team he played for, but now I just remembered it. So these are guys who don't have a ton of innings pitched, but have been exceptional. First one being Keegan Thompson. Can we get some guesses on what team he plays for?
I don't know why. He sounds like he'd be a Seattle Mariner.
Keegan
Wrong.
Thompson.
Go.
Sounds like a Braves man.
Wrong.
Damn.
Zachary.
Your turn, Zachary.
Is it the shirt he's wearing? Or the jersey, I should say? Okay.
Oh, man.
Wait, Keegan Thompson. That's Yankees, man.
I'm looking at his stats. May 2nd debut, no run. So he's got to be a mid reliever.
Yep. He does have a start under his belt, which is the one that's listed there on May 4th, 2 days after his call up.
Padres?
He is a Cub.
Oh.
He has actually been the best reliever on the Cubs staff. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I'm going with. May 4th was his only start. He had a 57 game score, which is basically average. 3.2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 61 pitches, 9 fantasy points. That doesn't matter. But he threw 9 straight games to start his career without giving up a run. His first run coming in his 10th start, which was only 1 run. His 9.3 Ks per 9 and a 179 ERA plus. His FIP was pretty bad. That's why I didn't list it. But he has been an exceptional reliever. He's a bulk guy. He's kind of similar to Kopech.
OPEC? No.
Kopech. Moving on down to a guy who has less playing time than Thompson and is less good. So you guys probably, again, have no idea who this guy is, but Humberto Castellanos.
Got to be Oakland A.
No, keep going.
Damn.
Matt and Zach, it's up to you.
Yeah, that ain't me. That's
I need to think.
Humberto Castellanos.
because if you think of some people you've never heard of,
Cincinnati Reds.
He wears red.
Oh, it's gotta be.
He's not a red.
Is he a Philly?
He's not a Cardinal. I know that.
He's not a Cardinal. Go ahead, Matt.
What's the last red team?
Hold on. Okay, what other team?
I'm on.
Nationals.
Is it Nationals?
I don't think it's the Nationals either. I'm trying to do a process of elimination here. Diamondback.
He is a Diamondback.
Matt, atta boy.
Well, it was like process of elimination, so it was
Yeah.
like, wait, who else is left?
Mm-hmm.
Humberto Castellanos is a Diamondback. He was called up on August 4th last year. However, his start this season, his best start was July 7th of this year. 55 game score, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 Ks, 60 pitches, 9 fantasy points. His FIP is really bad, but his ERA is a 2.36. His ERA plus is a 1.86. Basically, this guy does not strike out anybody. He gets way too many runners on base. However, nobody scores.
How does this man have a job?
Yep.
So this next guy's got to be on also a very bad team.
This next guy is on a very bad team. However, he is another guy who is one of those fringe guys who should be looked at to be picked up. I almost didn't want to list him on this list for selfish reasons. His name is Spencer Watkins.
That's why
Bill,
you're the People's Commission.
who does Spencer Watkins play for?
Who he play for?
Spencer. See, that is a white person name.
He's had 3 starts in a row recently.
90 pitchers, 20 points.
3 starts in a row.
Houston Astros.
Wrong, but the right color.
Ooh. See, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Detroit Tigers.
Wrong, right color.
The
I love this.
Kansas City
This is fantastic. I like this.
No, wrong color. The other 2 teams had blue and orange. He is orange. He is a Baltimore Oriole.
Ain't nobody care about the Orioles.
Yeah, I was thinking blue.
I love the Orioles.
Do they? Yeah, a little bit.
The Tigers have orange on their away uniforms.
It's like the outline. They're like it's kind of.
Oh
like,
shit! Did I just show my ass on TV?
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I did. Oops,
If
I
you-
forgot I was
you
wearing
should-
pants.
Put that on Twitch. You'd be a Twitch thought in a heartbeat.
I forgot that I was not wearing pants. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Dalton can make a lot of money doing that weird thing where they like whisper into the microphones and lick it and all
Do that, Ashmere. All you got to do is have your camera behind you, up your asshole, looking at the mic sitting there, writing your subscribers on your arm, make millions in a heartbeat. That's all you got to do.
Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Like,
Millions.
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 Gin was a problem. All right. Anyway, Spencer Watkins. I almost didn't want to list this guy because he is on the fringe ad list. July 9th. Yeah, July 19th which was 2 damn days ago. 65 game score, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 7 Ks, 92 pitches for 22 fantasy points, and that's because the Orioles got a win. They've actually been pretty hot lately, believe it or not, the Orioles, which has really been eating some betting that I had been going on lately.
Oh, is Dalton making extra money while he's making money?
I've got my buddy. He's got some offshore accounts. He's been making bets. I've been giving him picks. That's how this game works.
Yeah, I ain't gonna pay no taxes when the money's in Switzerland. Exactly.
Spencer Watkins debuted on July 2nd before the All-Star break at the ripe age of 28 years old. Yes, he is older than me, which is pretty rough for a debut.
Yeah, absolutely.
7.2 Ks per 9, 276 ERA plus, and a 2-0 record. How insane is that? 276 ERA plus as a starter.
On my team.
That's
Hey.
Huh?
Don't you even think about it.
Oh no, it's Zachary. Not me. I have no power right now.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Let me pull up Spencer Watkins. Hey, can somebody get us an update on the Kraken draft?
So they took a defenseman from the Avalanche. I know that. I was worried they're going to get Landeskog for a moment, but
I'll pull it up.
I can pull up the Kraken.
The Kraken.
That's such a good name.
The draft's over.
Is it Spencer Watkins? Here's his line. His debut, he pitched 1 inning, 3 points. Then he went 14 points, 8 points, 22 points.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
So 1.65 ERA and a 1.16 WHIP on the season.
It's hard to just trust the Orioles, though. It's just
It really is hard. I was going to pick him up to start before he had that 22 points, but I really didn't want to trust the Orioles.
yeah, it's really hard to. Yeah, that's the hard thing with.
Oh,
What?
Bills were disappeared.
go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
Can you give me host capabilities, and I will tell you what I was going to say.
Yep.
Okay. If I can remember how to screen share, there it is. All right. Take a trip with
Bang.
me,
Mickey Mantle. Oh man.
Mickey Janis,
Is
the
he related
Baltimore
to you?
Orioles. Say what?
Never mind. Sorry.
Huge Janice.
Mickey Janis called. He was a pitcher for one game, 3.1 innings, 18.9 ERA. So he was really bad.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Oh,
However,
ERA, though.
the Orioles called up a knuckleballer. This guy was a knuckleballer. He lasted all of one game. However, I felt like it was something that would be fun to show that the Orioles had a knuckleballer by the name of Mickey Janis. He has since been designated for assignment. He's back down in the minors. Who knows if he is going to be showing back up, but that brings us to our random baseball player of the day. For right now, I'm going to stop sharing so that I can open up my settings to make sure that you guys can hear what's going on here. Do we remember how I did that last time?
You pulled it up on YouTube and then just shared.
Let's see. I'm sharing the screen again. This is terrible radio. More.
Command T.
Command T.
Command T.
I don't know what just happened.
What happened?
I hit Command T. Screw it. We're sending it. But anyway, here's Mark Lance.
Should have
Mark
been.
Langston. Matthew.
Yes.
Go ahead and break down the career of Mark Langston. I will scroll when you tell me to scroll, as you are a pretty good historian.
All right. So he was born in the great year of 1960 in San Diego, California. Let's see, drafted by the Chicago Cubs in the amateur draft in 1978 in the 15th round, and then eventually worked his way through San Jose State, where he was drafted in the second round, I believe, by the Seattle Mariners. So it seemed like he had about a 500 career with 179 wins and 158 losses. And Dalton's pulling up his magnificent. Oh my goodness! Is anybody seeing the Macy's ad right now?
The what?
Go back up. Go back up.
Yes.
Matt,
Matt, we can't put this on YouTube now.
It's like the baseball hat.
It was my underwear.
That's your underwear?
Yeah, sorry.
It's like Nuke LaRouche at Bull Durham, where he's wearing the girls' underwear for good luck. And actually, even though he's got a 500 career, he was second in Rookie of the Year, and then he has 3 All-Star appearances. And how many Gold Gloves? 7 Gold Gloves.
6, 7. Wow, 7 Gold Gloves.
All right. So
Wow.
he, even though he had a 500 career, it looks like he had quite an impact for sure.
Why is he your random player?
Well,
Just because.
he played on the Expos with was it Gris?
Wait, is that a young Andres Galarraga?
He played with Marquise Grissom.
Yes.
That's why he's our who are we looking for?
That was a
Oh,
young.
that is Andres
That was a-
Galarraga. Big
yep.
cat. Oh my
I
goodness,
thought it
he
was.
looks so different.
Mhm.
The reason why we did this is because I believe this was Marquise Grissom's rookie year.
Oh man.
And so I found the guy with the most WAR and actually found out that Mark Langston was a really good player.
Yeah, it looks like it. Even
Look at this. He led the American League in strikeouts 3 times. He had
Wow.
almost 2,500 strikeouts on his career. He
It's like a
had
player I wouldn't think about
179
immediately.
wins. But over his career, he was just a good player. You know what I mean? 107 ERA plus. That means he was fine.
I was gonna say, like, just looking at his stats, he kind of reminds me of like Zach Greinke, where it's like he has all these gold gloves, he has these like big win seasons, and then but the losses are kind of about the same. Where I think Zach Greinke overall is a super great pitcher, but if you look at his win losses, it's kind of towards 500. I want to say
He debuted with the Mariners. The Mariners' first season was 77. I was trying to figure that out. So shortly after the Mariners' inaugural season, he debuted with them. They were really bad that year, I am sure. And they were really bad every year he pitched, I'm sure. But he led the entire league in walks in his rookie year, which is not a good stat to lead.
no.
And then in 1986, he led the entire league in earned runs, but he also led the American League in strikeouts.
Yeah. So I mean, his
Give and take.
Yeah.
He gave up 30 home runs that year. That's pretty bad.
Yes.
But
especially playing in Seattle.
So he had a lot of good years, though. He was an all-star 4 times, which I believe is denoted by this star right here. Yes. His strikeout to walk numbers were pretty bad. However, he did have a lot of strikeouts. He just walked a bunch of people too. His best win-loss record was in 1991 for the California Angels when he went 19-8 with a 3 ERA. What a year. Look at this.
Mm.
That must have been the year Danny Glover became the manager and they started flying.
I'm not sure, but based on this FIP number, one might think that his defense was really good. Really good.
5 gold gloves.
Because field independent pitching is a stat that measures walk, like whatever happens, it's not a hit. If that makes sense. So it's only based on what you pitch. He's a career 50 WAR player, which is insane for a pitcher.
That's a lot.
Matt, you can attest to that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
50 WAR is really good.
like sometimes if you get in the 30 or 40, it's still pretty good career. But yeah, 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, is there anybody you can compare him to, like war wise?
I bet you they have player comparisons on this page.
Yeah, I was wondering. It'd be interesting to look at that.
I know there's some place where you can find player comparisons.
Usually it's on the bottom, I think, right?
Similar scores. Oh my gosh, he compares to Fernando.
Oh,
wow.
AJ Burnett.
Chuck Finley was also very good in his day.
John Lackey. We all know John Lackey.
Mm-hmm.
That's who he compares to.
The former Rocky.
Yep. So he goes in the Hall of pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good.
The Hall of pretty good.
Yeah. Not Hall of Fame, but yeah, just Hall of good.
All right, I've got some videos for us to watch if I can figure out how to make the well, that's his baseball reference page. We already looked at that. I looked at his bullpen page, which is like where they give player bios and stuff like that, but really there was really nothing interesting about this guy. They basically just talked about how he played for the Expos and the Angels and the Mariners and how he was pretty good, but never great. But he played for a really long time. So let's watch some YouTube videos. Can you guys hear that?
No.
Hold on. There's a free ad to PBR. Let me figure out how to do this. Share sound.
Mike Witt's related
to
Bobby
share
Witt,
sound.
Bobby Witt Jr.
You guys for sure are going to be able to hear this now. This is Mark Langston and Mike Witt combining for a no-hitter for the Mariners. Interesting.
Nobody on top.
There it is.
Top of the 7th.
There it is.
The 2-2 pitch. He comes sidearm and he hits a slow ground ball toward the pitcher. Langston
Bang.
to Joyner, and the 7th is over.
Wait, is that Wally Joyner?
1, 2, 3 inning, 8 in a row now, retired by Langston. The Angels leading.
Look at that mustache.
That's
The 1-2.
that's
Swing
peak
and a miss,
baseball right
strike
there.
three, and that'll do it for
Wait a
Valley.
second. Did he no-hit his former team?
In the 8th, no runs,
Think he
no
did.
hits,
Yes,
no
he did.
errors.
Yeah.
Nobody left. They still don't have a hit.
It's incredible.
He was
Who
really
would
tall
have
for his
known?
era.
All
Kind
of
of
the
sounds like
problems with
Vince
his
Foley a
dad.
little bit.
Watching him now. He looks in command. The 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging with a curveball.
Is that a changeup? Oh, curveball.
Curveball.
And the Angels here tonight not only shut
When's the
out
last
the
time the Angels
Mariners
had a good
1-0.
pitcher?
Oh,
but
that was
Mark
Watt. That
Langston
wasn't.
and Mike
that wasn't
Witt
Langston.
combined for a no-hitter. It's a slow ground
this
ball
Langston
toward
then?
the pitcher. Langston,
Is Langston
to
a lefty?
Joyner,
Yep.
and the 7th is over.
Man.
I don't know. It's hard to
1, 2, 3
tell.
inning, 8 in a
All right. Well, let's find another video so we can learn a little bit more about Langston, because that didn't really tell us much. Here's him as a Mariner after the Swiffer ad.
There's a lot of pet hair out.
There he is. Young, spry.
Just like us.
Ripken leads off second. Langston
Orioles.
looking in for the side.
That Cal Ripken?
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Takes it. Strike three. The game's
Ripken?
over. Mark Langston
No.
gets Mickey Tettleton looking, and he's thrown his first shutout of the year. It's a 3-hitter. The Mariners win it 1-0.
Looks like this was 1988.
We'll be back with more.
We weren't even
I'm shocked I was even able
No.
to find YouTube videos with how like nothing actually happened in any of these YouTube videos.
MLB is really good that way with both the commanders.
This isn't MLB though.
Yes, it is.
It is.
1-2.
Man.
Swung on and missed, and Langston has a career high 16.
That's a 16 strikeout complete game.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Right.
impressive.
Jesus.
I'm trying to think who he reminds me of because his stuff's not like really dominating. It's just
ガンブレ2周年
oh, a left-handed Kyle
ガンプラ
Kendrick.
ゲーム連動プロジェクト
Sorry.
No runs, no hits, 1 error for Seattle.
Oh, we already
2 outs,
watched this
nobody on top.
Not Kendricks, Hendricks.
This one's going to be fun.
Hendricks.
This is a Hall of Fame induction for the San Jose sports area.
Jesus. Jesus.
I haven't watched this yet. I don't know if this is interesting at all. This is him moonwalking. That was one
Oh,
of the other
man.
YouTube clips
This
that
is a
showed up.
story with legs. Before he used his left arm to lead the American League in strikeouts, before he used his hands to win 7 Gold Glove awards, and before he used his silver tongue for a second career as a broadcaster, Mark Langston put his foot down about wanting to play soccer. It was his love for that other sport that allowed San Jose State to swoop in and win a recruiting war with Santa
That's
Clara
what I'm
University.
talking about.
Even before Spartan soccer coach Julie Menendez
Look at
was
that tooth.
consulted,
Man.
baseball coach Gene Menges made a last-ditch offer for the pitcher from Buxer High.
I said, well, if we let you play soccer, would you be interested? He goes, absolutely. Got in my car, drove to a gas station where there was a phone booth, called Coach Menges up and said, can I tell him
What is it
that
with
we'll
Southern
let him play
California and
soccer?
being
We
the
might be able to
Bruins?
get him. He says, yes. I go, should we check with Coach Menendez? He says, don't worry about that. Just tell him yes.
Langston wound up playing
that
only
a
one
unibrow?
season of soccer at San
Yeah.
Jose State.
Oh yeah.
But he left an indelible legacy on the baseball diamond. By the time he finished his San Jose State career, he'd averaged nearly a strikeout per inning. The
Damn.
Seattle Mariners saw enough to make him the 35th overall pick in the 1981
Stash.
draft, and he paid off immediately for a Seattle franchise that was desperate for star power.
Nasty curveball.
Who does he look like?
Exploding fastball. And he had the prettiest windup you ever
He looks
seen.
like a young
High
John
leg
Elway.
kick, looking like
That
one
leg
man
kick is
shelf
so
on the left
high.
side.
Yeah,
he's
It's
gonna do
so
big things.
nasty.
Is that to his
He's
eye
hiding
level
that ball.
almost? Oh yeah.
Cranky.
Langston burst into the
Cranky,
majors in
yeah.
1984,
That leg-
winning
his foot
17
is like near
games
his
while
head.
leading the American League
it's
in
past his head.
strikeouts.
Oh,
Along
no.
the way,
I love
he caught the
Cranky's
attention
release.
of a New York Yankees left-hander who also had Silicon Valley roots.
Mark was a high
He does
fastball,
look
over the
like
top
Greinke.
curveball guy. It'd be like Zito
He
with
looks like a
95,
John Elway
96,
Greinke love child.
and again, big stuff, big legs.
You just mentioned Zito
strong,
again, so
great
maybe we need to look
athletic
at Barry
guy.
Zito.
I mean, you could tell right away.
Langston led the league in strikeouts again in 1986 and 1987.
That fastball has a shitload of movement on it.
He also won the first of his 7 Gold Gloves for fielding excellence. Only 4 pitchers in Major League history have won more.
Wow.
When a guy has a big leg kick, normally they're falling off a lot. and
He's
they can't
using
cover
it just
one
to
side or
hide
the
his
other of the
pitch.
field.
Yeah.
But Mark's, when his feet hit the ground, these guys were like cats going after the ball.
Some pitchers defer. You know, they're looking for the first baseman or third baseman to call him off. He wanted the ball. He wanted to control that part of it.
He could have played shortstop if he was right-handed. He was a great athlete, so to
Boo,
win
who
7 Gold
cares?
Gloves, no surprise.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Langston's toolkit included one of the greatest pickoff moves in baseball history.
Oh,
His
that's a
91
balk,
career
isn't it?
pickoffs still
That one's
rank
not.
Oh, he
as the
just
40th
No.
ever.
Yeah, he didn't go.
His first movement
He didn't
from
go
the
forward at all.
stretch was the same whether he was going home or he was going to
Did he
first.
pitch out of the stretch
That's
at
from
all
seeing
times?
a guy at the last possible
that's a
second.
World Series right
and
there.
Still getting your body over there, not the balk.
He cheated, he balked, and you know it, Mark.
Oh.
He was cheating every time. Crossing
Was he
that
pitching
leg
out of the
across
stretch every
plane.
single pitch?
He was a cheater. That's why he was good at it.
Langston made the first of his 4 All-Star teams in 1987, pitching
Hell
2
yeah.
perfect innings against the National League at the Oakland Coliseum.
If I said, who do you think led the American League in strikeouts last year? You might say Roger Clemens. And the answer was
The
you're wrong.
Rocket.
It was Mark Langston.
Mark Langston.
Moving.
Less than 2 seasons later, the Mariners said farewell to the popular left-hander in a blockbuster trade. In May of 1989, they shipped him to the Montreal Expos in return for a trio of pitchers that included a wild-armed, unproven left-hander
Oh my
named
gosh.
Randy Johnson.
No way. I didn't know they traded
Oh,
Langston
they gave
for
up
Randy
Langley?
Johnson.
Are you
Why?
kidding me? Who's this tall rascal they got?
Holy
coming in here?
cow. I
We
did
knew
not
we'd
know
get
that.
back some big
That leg
quality
kick is so-
arms
It's
from
just-
Mark Langston, because Mark at that time, in my mind, was the best pitcher in the American League.
Langston would go on to play 16 seasons in the majors. That included 8 strong years for the California Angels. In his Anaheim debut, he combined with Mike Witt to throw a no-hitter.
Oh, that was his
Victim that night?
debut.
None other than
Jeez.
his old team, the Seattle Mariners.
Of all the people to no-hit us, it was Mark Langston. Now, I just remember that night.
didn't know he was
It
a Mariner.
Mark Langston. And I had to see him all winter and be reminded of that.
Langston
Papish.
finished his career with
Papishka.
179 victories and 2,464 strikeouts before retiring in 1999. Charismatic and funny, he's made television appearances on The Late Show with David Letterman and even did a cameo on Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh, this is great. Mark Langston just broke all my fingers.
He recently completed his 6th season as an Angels radio broadcaster.
He must still be the Angels
On the
radio
air,
broadcaster.
as on the field, Langston is totally prepared and doesn't miss a thing. Along the way,
might be.
he's never forgotten San Jose State or how a certain coaching staff gave the wannabe soccer player a kickstart to his career.
Oh,
We had an alumni
kickstart.
game that he came to.
I think we'll end it right there
Man.
on a high note.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Wannabe soccer
The-
player. That was quite the diss.
Yeah, the
Aw.
the last thing I want to do is I want to look at what the Mariners got in this trade, because I had no idea they traded him for Randy Johnson.
Randy
I think
Johnson.
that's the biggest story of this entire find here.
That's crazy.
Can you look up
It's
trades?
really interesting learning
Yeah.
about the former players and just like their whole backstory.
Just even like the trades in general, like Garrett Colby on the Pirates, and like
So
what-
interesting thing with Garrett Cole, him and Trevor Bauer were on the same UCLA pitching staff that ended up losing the College World Series that year in 2010.
Jesus,
Okay,
man.
You find it?
traded to the Expos on May 25th, 1989 for Gene Harris, Brian Holman, and Randy Johnson. The Mariners sent Mike Campbell to the Montreal Expos to complete the trade. So that was probably a player to be named later.
Yeah.
Mike Campbell had negative
Wow.
1.6 WAR.
Oh, hey.
He never played a single game for the Expos.
So they just got him and got rid of him.
They got him for free.
Yeah,
That is wild.
that's crazy. That's
I
crazy.
think Barry Zito will be our next guy. I've heard his name a million times. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, so I don't think he wrecks our no Hall of Famer
Best curveballs ever, though.
Maybe that's why they compare him, because it looked like Langston's curveball is pretty nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think this was a good way to spend 2 hours.
2.5.
Yeah,
No,
this,
2.
we do this every time,
Every
guys.
time. Yeah, every time.
Baseball just goes long. We'll narrow
does.
it down once we get to football season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a message.
football season will be way more concise, but
Yeah, but that's a message to the MLB that this game takes a while. Let us take a while. I'm going to enjoy the summer.
how can you not be romantic about baseball?
Yep.
Then you make a proposal and Yachty will hit a home run for you.
All right, boys. Until next time, we'll see you on the next episode of the Baseball Podcast.